Hi guys, I'm putting up a part of a little series of stories that I've been, getting put together, sort of. And the part before this was talking about them putting balloons into the sky, and so many balloons up there. Like apparently they're putting like 1,000 balloons a day being launched with huge equipment on it with helium balloons. You can look that up. There are about 1,000 balloons a day they're putting up for years now. And the theory is, in this fictional story, is that these balloons, with so many masses of them up there, that the lift of them, that, speaking by maybe fiction, they said that there's a dome over us. And I mean, the Bible also states that there's a firmament, a solid firmament up there that no one goes past. Like no one enters that. God called it the heaven. It said no one enters it other than someone who has come from it. So the theory is behind this story that they put up so many balloons that all these balloons were causing pressure on this dome that's over top the world, and they're assuming the world is flat, which in Jesus' day they assumed it was flat, and Jesus never spoke against that. So I don't know. I'm just guessing, and I'm not saying this is a flat Earth. I'm not putting that directly out to you. But anyway, that is the story. The first part of the story, that it was the shattering of the dome, like whatever, and this series is after it has shattered. The people were being lifted up, being taken away, like beamed up or what do they call it, raptured or whatever they call it. But all the life on earth was being pulled up and pulled up and pulled up, good, bad, and everything was being pulled up. And the balloons had, they disappeared into the sky. And this part of the series is what happened when people did go into the light and ended up in in this New Jerusalem that was apparently created above the sky, the one that's supposed to come down to the earth. So I'm just going to let the audio play here on what I got together. This is a continuance of it, okay? So I'm going to just play this now. And it is called The City Above the Sky. Okay, The City Above the Sky. Okay, I'm just going to let this play here. This is the first part, and I'm going to play the second part of the video. Play.
The City Above the Sky. Part 3, The Welcome. For those who stepped into the light, their ascent was not one of fear, but of stillness, gentle, effortless, like a breath being drawn upward. They passed beyond the broken firmament, no longer bound by gravity, time, or sorrow. Above the sky, far beyond the reach of human sight, was a realm long prepared. Suspended in perfect brilliance, the city awaited. This was the New Jerusalem, already built, eternal, untouched by the fall of the old world. A city not of metal or commerce, but of life. It stood, vast and complete, a perfect square, 1,400 miles long, wide, and high, with 12 foundations stacked as levels, each one unique and filled with wonder. The gates stood open. And all who entered knew, instantly, they had come home. The first welcome. Within the first level, there were green meadows, rivers that sang, and orchards dripping with fruit. Those who arrived were embraced not just by light, but by belonging. There was no confusion, no fear, only reunion, healing, and joy. Every tear of sorrow was replaced by tears of joy. Laughter rang across the hills. Those long parted were brought together again. Across tables, across gardens, across courtyards, people found each other and held fast. Time did not matter. Only love did.
All right, go on to the second part here. Just a short story got together. Play.
The towns of reunion and delight. Throughout the levels of the city were peaceful towns and open plazas. Homes were not assigned, but given, shaped by the heart of each soul. There were streets of radiant stone, lined with blossoming trees that bowed as people passed. Fountains bubbled with water so pure it seemed to carry music. Flowers glowed softly in the twilight, and birds of bright color fluttered freely. In these towns were tables set with feasts, not occasional banquets, but daily celebrations of life. There was cake of every kind, light sponge cake layered with fruits, dense chocolate cakes that melted on the tongue, spiced honey cakes dusted with glittering sugar. None were heavy. All were perfect. There were teas from every corner of every dream, herbal brews that calmed the spirit, sweet floral teas that brought laughter, dark teas that sparked memory. The aroma filled the plazas with warmth and comfort. Beside the tea were bowls of fruit, bread still warm from unseen ovens, cheeses that melted gently into every bite, nuts and seeds that crackled like joy itself. No one ate out of hunger, but out of delight. And the food never ran out. Each dish tasted of home, and yet better than anything ever known. The moment one thought of a favorite flavor, it appeared before them, elegantly prepared, served without cost, shared without reserve. Some sat in sunlit gardens sipping from crystal cups. Others gathered under arbors twined with vines and shared stories over tea and sweet breads. Laughter was the common language. Peace was the atmosphere. The levels beyond. As one explored higher into the city, each level revealed more joy, more depth, more life. There were places of music, where orchestras of angels and people performed without audience, only with one another. There were snow-covered forests where silence healed the soul. Vast libraries where books wrote themselves as memories were remembered. Lakes where one could walk on the surface and watch the reflection of all the good things ever done. Even the animals of the earth, redeemed and renewed, roamed these levels with no fear. They joined in the joy, some resting at the feet of those they had once loved. At the center of all, flowing from the throne at the heart of the city, was a river, pure and clear. Trees of life grew along its banks, bearing 12 kinds of fruit, one for each season of joy. Their leaves shimmered with healing. There was no temple. No need for one. The Creator was there, in light, in presence, in peace. To stand in that center was to feel no distance between heart and heaven. The voice of God did not boom, but whispered directly into the soul. You are home. You are whole. You are mine.
Okay, that's what's been put together. You know, just a thought of paradise. I mean, this world can be okay, but we live a short life here. We may think we live a long life, but you know what? It goes really fast. You know, like, holy cow, what happened to all the years? You know, 68 years old now. You know, seemed like I just moved into this house not long ago, and I've been here 20 years almost. You know, but all we can do is do our best in our day. And I always suggest a book, a logbook, like a diary, a daily diary, and try to do three things a day and write them down. Make short-term plans and maybe some long-term thoughts for if you're younger, what you want to do, or even when you are older, what you want to leave for the people, how you're going to organize this to set things up, so that people don't have to suffer when they move along, or if you move along, or you know somebody goes along. You know, money's a tool. Things are tools. People are tools. We all are free energy. We're all energy. We feed ourselves. We build things for ourselves, for each other, and it's all traded. We're traded on money and assets and stuff like that. People are in this world. This is a dog eat dog sort of a jump higher than the next guy world. So don't go in competition with anybody. Just do what you have to do in your day. Feel comfortable about it. Try to enjoy your day. If you're helping people and you're helping yourself at the same time, that's great. That's all we can do, you know. Now, Myron Golden, he's in his 60s now also, and he was very poor, and he's got a book. It's I put the link at the top of this page here, at the top of the thing. It's called From the Trash Man to the Cash Man, and he went from broke with a family, and a wife, and they were shutting off his power and his water, gas and water at the same time. And he fought to get ahead. He got ahead. He got quite rich. Overdone it, overspent. Whatever he was working on kind of collapsed, fell apart. So he lost everything again. And then he worked it out again. Now he's back up making, I don't know, $8 million a year or something like that, quite easily. And he wrote this book a long time ago. And I signed on as an affiliate to sell that book, to push that book. It's a really good book. It's in the link. I mean, it's supporting me a little bit. It's only a $20 book, $19 and something. So worth the few bucks you're going to spend on that book. And buying it directly, you're getting it cheaper anyway. And buying it through my link, I'll make a few bucks. But click on that link. Click on that link and pick up a copy. It helped change your life for the better here. Like I say, we're all going to die. We're all going to wherever it is. And if you believe your Bible, so many people got these books and they say they believe it literally, but in the book it says there's a firmament above us holding up that blue water that you see up there. And for some reason, it doesn't say why, but it says that the sky will split, there will roll up like a scroll or something like that in the Bible. And it says stars will fall, the moon will stop shining, will be gone apparently, and the sun, according to the last, if you watch my other video, according to that, the sun will flare up and then it will dim out a little bit and calm down, or that's the fictional story. I don't know if it's true. I'm just putting this together from thoughts in my head and what I feel that might happen, and like it said in the one there, it says when it shattered the sky, the blue fell like snowflakes, and if that is a solid light dome up there, very light, and they said they fell like snowflakes, but it's this is a strange world, and we think there's, like we plug on like we're going on forever or something. You know what? I'm breathing. God could take my breath away like that. He can stop that ticker like that, We don't know. In the next 10 minutes you could drop. So I just suggest caution. I suggest just trying. I suggest not to worry about it. I mean, especially if you believe and you're not signed on with this Satan, so to speak. I think everybody will have life, because in one of my last videos I said, you know what? There's had my book out, and there was this little wee tiny fly, so small, less than a sandfly. You could hardly see it, but it was running around on a page, and I showed it there, and I says, look, that's life, and it's running. it's running for its life, and all of a sudden you could barely see it, but it flew. It flew. You know, like, is that really possible for this not to be a creation of some kind? There's life in everything. The animals, you know, and I believe that the animals, I believe, like it says in there, when a sparrow falls, God sees it. You know, I think that everything that has had life will have life again, you know, and even the bad, because it does say in the Bible that outside of the new city, even when it's brought down to this earth, there will be bad people and dogs and, you know, outside the city. So you can go back and look at my videos if you want a little bit, and see if you can kind of see where I'm coming from on this, you know. And but anyway, I'm going to conclude right now, and all we can do is do what we can do in our day, try to make the best of it. And I always suggest a book, like make yourself a little diary. Like I say, I got pages and pages, just in the last month or two, even in this book, there's pages and pages. And you put the check mark, you list the things you did in your day, list the things you want to do, and try to do at least 3 of those things. If you do 3 things a day over the course of, you know, a year, that's 1,095 things that you have done that could help you or somebody else in some way. And it works out, you know, like it'll make your life better. You know, even if you're not getting rich, you're still finding things of value, you're trading for things, you know, like, and you help teach people. The idea is to, like it says in the Bible, if you feed a man a fish, you feed him for 1 day. But if you teach him to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. But the thing is, we can't forget to fish while we're teaching people to fish. Because if you don't fish for yourself, you won't have no fish to eat, you won't have no fish to give away. And that's where you're ending up. You know, that's I guess a parable that I guess Jesus put together, or it's in that Bible. So anyway, going to cut it loose right now. Watch for my next videos. Subscribe. If you want to link these videos someplace else or send them to somebody else that you think should watch this and thinks they're important, do so. But like I say, make your list and order a copy of that Myron Golden's book. I put the link in there. It's $19 and something, $20 book. And I'm telling you, it's worth the read, you know. Okay, take it easy, folks, and we'll see you in the next video.